Welcome back to the Bazaar. I'm Eco, and it's time for another run with Dooley. Dooley's in a really interesting spot now. I find that getting to make choices in the early game based around which core you're going to get is an interesting thing. I think overall, the core changes have been a massive improvement to Dooley, even if his best build took a huge hit with the nerfs to bugs. Now, that said, Drill Dooley is nowhere near weak, and this is probably one of the better drill builds I've had. It's not quite start of combat, but it's absolutely an infinite drill, and there is a lot of powerful stuff going on besides the drill. This is one of the fastest ignition cores I've ever seen. It is a freeze lockout with Blue Beetle. It is all the most disgusting stuff you can really hope to get out of a drill build, and I was very happy with just how far we managed to take drill. You can do better. You can always have start of combat stuff with rigged and rust, but I didn't get the chance, and I'm happy we got as good as we did without those busted monster skills. This run also got to show off the hottest bit of tech with Dooley on the new patch, which is holding thrusters, because now there are a variety of vehicle skills that are really powerful, and thrusters allows you to enable those skills to go from complete misses to some of the best skills in the game for pretty much any build. Anyways, let's get into the run. Alright, let's see what Dooley has for us today, and as always, we don't start with the core anymore. I really want to get a good income start. It feels much harder to guarantee a win without any core when I'm wholly at the mercy of the shops on Dooley, and I also feel much better poised to take a good core at the end of day 2 if I'm able to hit all the shops. Now that said, Midsworth is a 4 gold roll, and this is a silver medium, which can be really good, and it can also just be great economically. Essentially seeing 2 pages at Midsworth costs me 8 gold, and 20 gold goes real fast if I make that sort of decision repeatedly. I am actually going to take Lost Crate here because it's such a good economy event, and that's better than what that's what I'd want to get at Midsworth, right? That's really good. No, I'm going to go Bananable here. Pyro can be good if I end up playing a burn core. That's looking likely since I got the rocket launcher already. But first aiding with Overkill Haste is so incredibly strong that I'm pretty much going to go Bananable every time I see it on Dooley. With Shard of Obsidian, there's a lot of Mac builds that have a harder time justifying running that. No other characters have heals, at least reliable heals, quite that quick. But here on Dooley with First Aiden, I see Bananable, I go Bananable, I want this skill. It's incredible with Drill, it's incredible with any board really, because it's essentially charge your whole board 2 seconds. Can't really justify any fight when I have a 25% at that. That does incentivize Armored Core a lot, actually. Gonna go Kina here. Can't really justify 3 regen with this much gold. Copperhead and Bomb Squad. I don't think I'm really interested in either. For day 1 fights, there's an argument to Power Sander here. I could also use it to scale the Duct Tape. Bomb Squad's really terrible right now. I do think I want the Power Sander for my day 1 fight more likely than not, and I'm going to roll. Chem Snail and Wallace. If I do end up playing Armored Core, I get the Armored Core Duct Tape part. What about my other 7 item slots? Am I trying to play a Force Field sort of build? Even if I am, Wallace is bad, right? He's so slow. He does nothing at first. He scales up over time. The idea of Wallace triggering 3 times to start doing something relevant seems preposterous to me. I don't think I necessarily need Chem Snail for my board to be good, but I do need to pick up a friend that does something at this shop in case next hour is Tiny Furry Monster. We have Curio, Strange Mushroom. I can take 4 gold, but Curio can actually give me a not insubstantial amount of additional damage and additional burn. I would be willing to put Cinders, Salamander Pups, Old Swords, Magnifying Glasses, everything Curio can sell onto this. But it would be basically all of my gold. Guess I'm taking a very greedy day 1 here because I'm not getting the shops that actually work well for my character and they're up against very good gold. Our day 1 fights of Vanessa? It's sort of weird, right? Because I could scale the Duct Tape or the Rocket Launcher. Doing both doesn't make sense because I would scale both, but then the Rocket Launcher triggers this 3 times every 7 versus 1 times every 4. So I can trigger this 7 times in 28 seconds with the Power Sander, or in that same duration 12 times without it. Yeah, I'm pretty confident this ends up being the best. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and try this. My opponent appears to be a bot. I don't know why you would name yourself this if you're not a bot. I suppose names don't matter in the first place, though. It is Shadowed Cloak Katana, so they do scale, and I probably just lose, actually. That's just a shitload of damage. It's triggering the cloak scaling every second. My slow doesn't matter because it's permanently hasted. No, I'm pretty sure I'm just dead. It's trying its best, but it's not gonna work, is it? I would have to manage to resolve again. There's no way I do. Yeah, just dead. Just Shadowed Cloak Katana, that's all you need. Fair. They had starting enchanted item and tossed it. Can't say I blame them. What they had was pretty good. I was a bit sad seeing 2 bronze medium items getting hope and then having it quite expertly dashed by it being the worst possible 2 bronze mediums, but oh well. Got 25 gold, need to hit shops, need to figure out what we're doing. I'm gonna go middle. I can run a bunch of random fast items, microdave, and an ignition core. I kind of feel like that's pointless. Like if I'm gonna do ignition core, just run the rocket launcher, right? Why do I need to use microdave in that setup? Brick Buddy is terrible, even if I'm going shield core because of my duct tape. It just is. It doesn't do anything. Well, power drill leads me towards ignition core. I've got the money to take this as economy forever. So I can just do this now and throw in the chem snail when I level up. I don't want to use that welding helmet, to be honest with you. Bring this in. It's a fast enough drill. I don't think Power Sander ever goes back on the board. Let's see what Pip has for us. Fiery is not bad. It's good enough. We have frontal shielding and like the best possible incentive to go into an armored core. My issue is I just don't believe in armored core, even though I have the duct tape. Like ignition core is a 1 item win condition that I would like to try. So I don't think I can justify using this stuff. I'm gonna go fiery. I'm gonna try to go all in on an ignition core this run and see if we can take it to 10 wins. I would like to try to take it to diamond 10 wins, but that's already off the table. Yeah, I think I take extract or poison here, honestly. It increases my chance of winning today. It's not bad. Midsworth is an expensive shop. We can spend our gold in the second 2 hours. We don't need it here. And it's not fixed yet, so the bronze one is still +2 poison. I'll sell that now, just in case my build's a lot weaker than I think it is to make sure I beat Rogue Scrapper, but I'm pretty sure we absolutely crush Rogue Scrapper. And as I forgot to do it while I was fighting Bananable, as I had something to really talk about, Rogue Scrapper is much more boring, I'll do it now. If you aren't subscribed to the channel, you can subscribe for more daily Bazaar content just like this, and if you could also leave a like at some point, I'd really appreciate that. It helps spread the video around in the algorithm, helps the channel grow, and it means a lot to me. Anyway, so the magic of editing, the sandstorm is here, the fight is over, and we picked up the junkyard repair bot, which is fine if we find Aiden. At least it's good gold. You know, I said that I would be going to shops in the last few hours, but I now realize I don't have the experience to do that. I think I have to go here and I have to click 2 gold 1 XP, because if I click risky on Mountain Pass, I might not level up. I can get a fight I lose like Scout Trooper. I think it's just Scout Trooper that I lose. I'm gonna take 2 gold 1 XP because I haven't seen any tiny furry monsters for my chem snail, so you hate to see it. Now right now we just throw in the ignition core and we're happy with that. We don't need to go to an Ayla. Haste item could be Metronome, which would be pretty sick. But other than Metronome, this is pretty much always bad. Ayla can upgrade my drill, which is not irrelevant. I'm gonna go to Ayla. I think there are Obsidian enchants that would change my world. Stuff like Uzi's not bad if we're trying to play a fast ignition core. That was also on my mind. In fact, it might be good enough to justify doing this already. Probably not, because the drill's just not very quick yet. Yeah, I don't think so, but I do want to hold this for down the line. The duct tape is going in the sell pile, though, because I'm hard going into ignition core at this point. Those are not the weapons I want. That is the weapon I want. If I'm trying to make the ignition core super fast, then that should in turn make the arc blaster super fast. It would be a part of that board archetype. Alpha Ray's been buffed. I still think it's probably trash. Now we get to pick our core and see if we actually get the ignition core. There's always a 1 in 6 you don't. This time we do not get 1 in 6, and I'm really attracted to the idea of just spamming ignition core and seeing how we do. I want to give it a shot. I do have to decide if I want to buff the rocket launcher or get charged by the rocket launcher. If the fight goes 14 seconds, I'll lose a use of the ignition core, but I'll have gained so much burn from all the triggers on 2 uses of rocket launcher, right? It just doesn't seem like it's ever right to do it the other way. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in like our 7-second volley, we're seeing 6 status ailments, meaning the power drill is about every 5 seconds. It's actually pretty reasonable. I'm gonna run that, especially at silver. I feel decently favored for this. I'm leveled up on time. I've got a good ignition core setup. Silver power drill just deals a ton of damage for this day. He's split between poison and damage, which is not what you want. Infinite grenade, but it's only at bronze. I think we're fine here. His enchanted start is Toxic Yeti Crab, which does not buff itself, weirdly enough. I expected to have like special wording for that. Yeah, he's very dead. I spent the entire fight looking at Toxic Yeti Crab being like, oh, that's weird text, and apparently he was dying in the background. He died very quickly. Do I have a crit chance, or is that just like the damage ideal? Huh. So the drill goes off twice then. Makes sense. We charge it 6 times at 7 seconds, which is basically 19 seconds. Yeah. So it should go off right after the rocket launcher finishes. Yep. Terrifying. That is more damage than I thought we had. We deal 300 that quickly. We probably beat Scout Trooper with this. That's really reassuring. Usually I'm coin flipping if I don't have regen to see if I can actually beat that guy. We could go Kev, look at enchants. It's not what you want to be doing, obviously. I'll sell this before the day ends. I think I'm happy to just take 3 regen here. It's very meaningful health increase for the next couple of days. Kev's not a shop I want. I've been just, like, unable to spend my starting cash, so I keep seeing bad shops where it's, like, 4 gold to roll against good economy events, or it's 4 gold to roll and, like, nothing I want. Huh. Second Arc Blaster, you say? Alright, I'm listening, I'm listening. What's on the second page, though? Oh! Well, you're trying really hard to convince me to be boring and play drill. Second Uzi. Wait. I didn't even see that initially. I definitely have to sell this and this to pick up. Nope, I need 2 more. Yeah, sorry, First Aid, and if you do manage to show up, there are just too many things here I care about. So, that is duped Uzi. Duped. This is so much speed. This seems broken. I don't want to test it right now. Because like I was saying, I'm pretty sure we beat Hoover by Cooligan. We gained 3 health, a gold drill. This should just crush him. On the flip side, this should also just crush him. Because these are both very fast now. Like, yes, I run out, but I run out after I deal so much burn. I believe in what I've just done. Duped Uzi, duped Arc Blaster, charge the absolute hell out of the Ignition Core, which will in turn buff the rocket launcher to the moon. The Arc Blasters charge each other. The core charges the Arc Blasters. And this also makes me more resilient and slow. I have 2 more items. This is the reason I thought this board would be better. Yeah, crushed him. Just absolutely annihilating the race. 100 health left on Scout Trooper as Dooley. Are you out of your mind? That's incredible. I'm very happy with that. Yeah, sure. Although, funnily enough, I'd want to buff the lower one since the difference is just the ammo, right? I could also hold this looking for, like, an atomic clock down the line. That sounds crazy to me. My last item is currently Drill, making the Kim Snell and the Power Sander sellable. We're gonna go look for a fight here. Easy fight, love to see it. +2 experience, plus a pile of gold, getting further ahead of curve. When you use a tool, huh? That would be a reason to put, like, the Drill here and move the, I guess, Silver Arc Blaster next to it. When you haste Shield 10 is always good, even if I don't use it yet. Energy Potion is absolutely sick, even, actually, is it? Used to it, be like, oh, you got a Silver Energy Potion, it hastes your whole board for 2, and it hastes itself, so you, like, give it a couple gunpowders and it takes you to the moon. You need to, like, actually rank up the Energy Potion now. I would not be happy to get this Energy Potion. Weird to realize. Upgrade a Bronze tier item. It makes perfect sense to me to just upgrade the Uzi, I guess. Like, what else am I doing? Selling this for 9, that's for sure. I could just go Pip, right? Left-handed, right-handed, left burn, right burn, all weapons. There's enough hits on Pip that I think upgrading the Uzi seems weird. Yeah, I think this just really meaningfully increases my chance of winning today. Maybe like super long run, the Emulating Spark is wrong, but I'm not even convinced 2 burn super long run is a big deal.
So like 9 years.
So what am I looking to turn the Drill into, if anything? Am I looking to like cut the Drill, or sorry, cut the rocket launcher, just run the Drill, and have like a Metronome and another random fast item? Because that seems reasonable. A Metronome right now would be insane. You just slap it between the Uzis, and they just immediately dump like 15 uses of haste out and charge the Power Drill 3 entire uses for so much damage on this day. I don't think there's a small burn item I want. The thing is, I also don't think there's a friend I want. So I'm going to take the economy event, because we're like so locked into this weird weapon spam board that I have never seen before. Good luck, Vanessa. They're probably an aggressive weapon, Vanessa, but I'm basically an aggressive weapon, Vanessa. I can get outclassed real hard, though. Force Field, Submarine, Shark Claws. 2 uses on a fiery grenade. I think I just died of the damage here from the grenade more than anything else. Like, I have to not get crit by this thing. Oh. Well, I got crit by that thing. Yeah. That's all there is to it. I'd have lived long enough to see if I could survive and do anything, but yeah, you just crit me for 250 damage, 20 burn at 4 seconds. I don't really get to play the game. Oh man, it's a very cool build, but it's not like I'm too slow. It's just, I think if I'd been playing Armored Core, I just died before I activated the Armored Core, right? Like, it doesn't even matter. That's very depressing. I'm gonna go skills here. Those are all pretty bad. I'm very wealthy. I'm gonna take defense grid. That does open up some nonsense with like force field down the line. I don't think it's enough on its own at all. I would need way more, but it's something to be aware of. That's an interesting set of shops to see. I don't think 2 ammo on the Uzi matters. We're looking to win in under 14 seconds, so upgrading with B1, B2 doesn't matter. The Cinder is nice. I can throw it on the core. It will always be good, and you can sell Metronome. I think Metronome is such an important card that I'd rather go there. Sure, upgrade it.
Diamonds come in small boxes.
Would I rather have Nitro than the rocket launcher to speed up the core more? It also speeds up the rest of my build, generally speaking. I need a small item to put on my board if I find a Metronome, so I'm buying the Nitro. That's pretty much all it comes down to. Omega Ray. I don't think this is better even a little bit, but I am going to pick up the Omega Ray just to have a lot of gold lying around and try it during my PvE fight. I want to see how it does.
Excellent choice.
We should be able to test this pretty fully against the Hexa. They should die like a chump.
I can help you finish it faster.
So now I'm scaling up an additional 2 burn on everything every time the core goes off. Does it go off for more burn? Oh, Nitro West went off simultaneously. I can just calc what the burn should be if it's going off first or second based on the results. Give me a second. This went off 3 times, and I know the core goes off before it actually does the burn. Like it buffs itself, then burns. The Omega Ray goes off after the core buff. Next question, is it following left to right rules? These aren't actually consistent. They're weird and bugged now. No one really knows how item ordering works after the most recent patches, but sometimes it does work left to right. Let me see if it's buffing this before it goes off. It is going off before the rocket launcher. Okay, cool. So it might work left to right on Omega Ray, but for positioning reasons, I have to lock this in. Also, nice, gold nitro. That's much better than silver. Charge 2. If you find hotspot, the drill's right back in. I think I just take noisy cricket, man. Like, I have 2 Uzis and I'm a weapon build. I can't say no to that, right? I think this was better than the drill was doing. We have a couple of bronze items we're looking to sell. I think it makes sense to go to Volpack. I also need to spend my gold. Oh, wait, I already spent my gold. I was buying a bunch of random shit. What did I buy? I bought Nitro. Oh, I went to a skill vendor. That'll do it, yeah. I don't know, that seems like it was very clearly worth to me. But I am happy to sell off all these bronze items. Not gonna sell off this. It'll, you know, pay for itself on the next day start anyway. You are expensive, Andy, but I'll roll. Or sorry, expensive JJ. Here you are to tempt me. So like the idea is pretty straightforward. If you have a defense grid, then you can come up with an in-game solution for force field. The issue is that I don't have a way to make it crit. It's only a silver defense grid. I feel like without having a Grandmaster guaranteed at some point, like, you need a better defense grid than this. I can't really pivot into it now. If you're a force field enjoyer, in the comments, set me straight. Is this a point where you would try to transition to force field? Does it make any sense? Or is this the sort of thing where you would never try to go to force field? Because to me, this seems like never. Anyway, no interest in any of that, unfortunately. I guess GPU is fine. Probably worse than the second Uzi, considering how much damage buff they've got, especially for right now. I don't know, man. Medium silver items with a lot of gold. I'm down 6 gold for going to middle, and what medium am I looking for? That's a good point. If it were a different shop, maybe, but I'm not sure any medium item is good here. I don't need to sell anything, so there's no reason to. 2 wins to 1 win, although, frankly, I don't think I've ever been weak. I feel pretty comfortable winning here. They are weaponized core with hand axe, arc blast. Oh, I'm a better weaponized core than they are. Like, yeah, Chris is angry. Chris ain't doing shit. Look at these Uzis. Look how fast I am. So his weaponized core is triggered once. It just barely triggered his core twice before he died. Not quite able to scale up the weapons in time. Man, feels bad to be losing. He does have gold right hand. Did I see why he has 2 wins? Fair enough. Can't really be surprised that he had a higher win rate than me if he had gold right hand and he took the skill start. And I'm getting to the point where I think I'm much better off because of taking the income start. Small weapon, mandala, medium items. You hate to see it. Can small weapon give dupes? I don't think it can. I've gotten upgrades from chests before. Like, the issue is I don't think I want to run the drill. That's the whole problem. Theoretically, I want to hold this drill for a long time. If I ever find, like, Metronome, then suddenly the drill's back on the table in a huge way. I just drop Nitro Omega Ray, and I'm suddenly doing damage by putting the Metronome between the Uzis. But for now, yeah, I'm going to take small weapon. Middle's just not the right shot for this build. Well, there's another weapon vendor. I can also get more ammo on an Uzi. Okay, I'm taking ammo on the Uzi. This is very weak, but what am I gonna do? Upgrade my drill that I'm not using from gold to diamond for all my money? Upgrade this rocket launcher where all that matters is that it is a rocket launcher and tier means nothing? Hell no. We should absolutely crush Scoville, by the way. It is so much more experience, so I don't even really think about the other options. We deal so much burn, we deal so much damage so quickly. Obviously, running gold nitro into Scoville is a little bit scary, but with defense grid and the amount of just sheer burst that we have, I can't imagine we lose. Pickle peppers are gonna go off. Oh, no, they're not. He's already dead. And I still have my defense grid shield. Had they gone off, he would have had roughly the same burn as me, so yeah, we're doing great. Curry, huh? No. Just no. 9 seconds is an eternity. It's the complete opposite of our build's goal. I'm gonna take my loot item, see what we get. Bio blood is just about the best thing you can hit, so I'm very happy with that. Probably would have rathered feathers or wings, but still good. Quixel, let's find a metronome. Come on. Sorry, VJ Robot, I have literally no friends. It's not what the build does. Soldering gun is burn, which is neat. But there's no way I'm getting it on the correct side. It's kind of slow, to be honest. Like, I know it's not actually slow, but for this build, yeah, it is. Yeah, that's about right. It's okay. Andy versus Pearl, of course it would be. I would be happy to take any 3 of these events on a given hour. Best shot for Metronome. Pearl's just generally great. Snack time is 120 more health. I don't level up even if I sell the Vial of Blood, so I won't sell the Vial of Blood today. I think I'm supposed to go to Pearl because there are so many crazy fast items, crazy impactful enchants. I still don't know if Pearl's enchant density is determined by day. It's only day 5, so the odds that she's going to be profitable are much lower. Like, as you get later in the run, you can see gold and diamond items much more likely. Right now, there's a, I think, 10% chance at gold items, meaning Pearl's very unlikely to be profitable because the roll cost is static, but the value which she sells isn't. I'm going to go Andy. A Metronome's just too big for the build right now, man.
You can't afford it.
And even if I miss, she can upgrade anything on my board, right? Well, I didn't miss.
Smart one.
All right, figure it out. So we just play beatdown now. The Uzis haste each other, making them 1-second cooldowns, charging the hell out of the drill. We need to sell this now because we're out of space. And I am certain that this is better than the rocket launcher. This is going to be gross. This is going to deal some damage. I was going to say I'm sad I'm not level 7 because I'm 1 experience off, and then I realized it's day 5, and I am rather substantially ahead of curve. This pig's very dead, I think. Maybe he's high rolled hard enough to have something that kills me. He's already turned the corner. He's weapons pig without the wide part. Was that a pistol sword? You have a yo-yo with 1 bullet, my man. Anyway, just consider this a large punching bag with the gold belt. He's not doing anything. Yeah, it seemed all right. You know what? I'll admit it. I don't think that was better.
That was impressive.
I thought it would be. I thought the drill would deal so much damage with all these haste triggers. And like, let's be real. I probably would have lost if I hadn't had it. Did I get 13% crit? Oh, that's why it was close. Okay, fair. He was just keeping it interesting. Don't worry about it. Very normal showing from him. So the reason I was low on health at all is because Regal Blade, which was basically his only source of damage crit. This is paid actor tier. What's going on? But, yeah, these did a lot of damage, right? Like, both the Uzis came out to be the same as a day 5 Regal Blade had it not crit. The Arc Blasters are really underwhelming is what I'm seeing. Like, the core is just not fast enough to make the Arc Blasters fast, and I guess it never will be. Sad. I was sure this would be good enough. But right now, I'm pretty confident the Arc Blasters are just holding me back. They're not actually making the build better. If I'm running that, don't I want to run the Omega Ray as well? Like, I kind of think you do this and drop the second Uzi. We like lose all of the things that made the build cool. We're just playing like Ignition Core again. Regardless of what we're doing with our board, we're always upgrading the Ignition Core here. This is a tremendous amount of additional burn scaling. I'm not convinced the Omega Ray is better than second Uzi. Like, just making the core faster gives additional burn scaling as well. It takes 12 seconds for an additional use to come out of the Uzi. Yeah, but if it's the breakpoint for getting it right before the rocket launcher, then it would matter more. I think the Omega Ray is bad. I think double Uzi is better. Starting shield and tip boost. No, thank you. We're going JJ.
Sometimes I sell stuff.
Don't want any of that. Gold battery. Battery is often a card that's really, really weird to put in a drill build. If I'm just trying to make a fast board, though, then battery makes sense, right? Like, you just put it to the right of nitro. I'm definitely not using these friends, but because they're friends, I need to hold them until level 9 if I can. I'm gonna buy this battery. I don't know what it does yet. Because, like, generally it's not a good drill item, but it is very good if you're just trying to charge something very quickly, which is kind of what I hope this build ends up doing. So Ryan can sell me the tools, he can upgrade the drill. I don't think I want that. I'm gonna get a small non-weapon item. Like, the drill is all of my money. It's not very good. I don't think I want to sandbag with Memory Card against Lone Shark, and I do want to fight Lone Shark. It's against Dire Mosquito. When you slow, haste a weapon. I don't slow currently. Gonna take Lone Shark for most experience. I need it to level up today. So now we're gonna get less haste out of the Metronome, but the drill will maybe go off more? No, the haste on the drill should be less valuable than more. Oh wait, is the drill just barely fast enough to be staying full hasted? Okay, that's definitely better then. Because once the drill starts hasting the Uzi starts generating more haste. I see how it's going. So yeah, the board feels decidedly better like this. That was a pretty confident... I think this was a clean fight against Lone Shark. I honestly need to watch it back because I was watching haste timings down here the whole fight. So how's our health look at the end of this? Oh, our health looks fantastic, doesn't it? I've never beaten Lone Shark that hard in this patch. I still have over 1,000 health. Okay, build's good. Huh. Wait. Can I be Weapon Vanessa? It's probably a downgrade, right? Going to toss this. Going to toss the Omega Ray. I don't think we're playing Shark Claws, but it's very funny that we even have the choice. I'm going to be going Andy here. Let's not beat around the bush. Let's see what he has. Black Beetle, right? Bugs exist. You could have fooled me. I thought we just removed them from the game. I want to float thrusters all game. I don't want to play Shark Claws. They're cool, but probably not happening. By floating thrusters, I turned the command ship skill into the best skill in the game because I can just get a one-slot vehicle. It's also not even that bad in its own right. This cares about adjacent burns. There's like a very good spot for the Beetle on my board already, right? I can just put him here. Sure, he's not like doing the bug thing he's supposed to do, but he is a lot of slows, isn't he? We don't want any of that. I'm not sure this Beetle's actually improving our board right now. I'm going to reconsider it in a second. We'll go Tinker. Alright, I don't need to roll. I got the only bug I cared about, basically. If I got other bugs, I'd have to consider if I wanted to start trying to hold bugs when I'm already holding so much. I can roll and look for other bugs. I just don't really think I'm doing bugs, so I'm not going to. Weapon skills, haste and charge, gold tier skills. I feel like weapon is fine, but there are probably better non-weapon skills. Things like conflag, anything that has to do with burn or weapon spam. Maybe not anything that has to do with weapon spam. Like, I'm not going to burn that much. Even if I trigger the core a bunch, I'll be triggering the core like 10 times. That's only 20% crit chance. It's not good. I am going to roll this. Oh. I mean, pretty obviously I'm cracked at the game and know exactly what I'm doing. So I need to put this next to an item where adjacency doesn't matter. And it has to be the item with the least important cooldown. I think rocket launchers died, and I think it should be Uzi. Because everything else is getting a more cooldown reduction than whatever gets the thrusters, weirdly enough. I'm kind of looking at putting the Uzi back in because the battery being to the right of anything, thanks to Metronome, thrusters, and Black Spider, is getting really awkward. And with basically no tech items and no room, I don't really see a way to use these double arc blasters. I am going to sell the rocket launcher, though. I'm locking in on this. It is a 2-win pig with the 6 skin. Let's see how the fight goes. I feel pretty confident. I think I've become very strong with that gold skill. Wide weapons, no jabal. Oh, it's bees. That's very bad for me. I automatically lose. Very cool build. Love that this exists. Great game design. Even my computer's disconnecting USB devices in protest. Like, why would you want this to exist in the game? I don't understand. It's just pure matchup RNG, and if it's not, then it's overpowered, because it should obviously lose if your opponent doesn't have weapons. I don't get it, man. I really don't know why Beehive exists. I feel that way about every counter matchup item. It's just that Beehive is by far the most polarizing. Everything like Floor Spikes, Giant Ice Club, all of these items that are designed to counter things, to a lesser degree, Coolant and Ointment. It's like, oh, cool. There's just a degree of randomization that didn't need to exist because of matchup RNG that these things just polarize so severely. I don't enjoy playing against it, man. I don't enjoy playing with it either, for the record. There's a reason I don't post beats on the channel. I think I'm gonna go Tox Clocks. He can sell me Black Spider. I've got a pile of gold. The other options don't matter.
It's urgent. Hurry up.
Oh man, what a silly build. I hate losing to bees. He's at 2 wins because he's playing bees, by the way. In his run, he did not match into people who had weapons. I'll go Quixel. All my items are small. Any upgrades are going to be the size. When you use the item to the left of this, charge down to the right. When you use the core, it gains 20 damage. Well, sadly, it's not a damage core. I don't think there's a way for me to care about that in this run. Had to think about it for a second, but nah. Is there an Uzi with more bullets? Yes, I want to upgrade the other Uzi. Oh, you know what? I should have put it on the Uzi with more bullets and then put that one next to the Metronome. I did this wrong. It's fine though. As much as I like Bonk, I'm not going to give up a kill on Radiant Corsair for it, and we do kill Radiant Corsair pretty easily. I know we didn't get a chance to see the build yet because we got countered by bees. He did hit Power Drill, which is the worst possible hit for us, but we just deal a ton of burn anyway, so it should be fine. Yeah, our starting shield just counters a long portion of his burn. He still hasn't gotten through it, actually, which is kind of surprising. Obviously, now he will. We're still at basically full health as he goes into a second life bar with 300 burn. Easy win. And this is, as I said, probably the worst hit. Also, they do run out of bullets eventually, which does make me a bit worse in matchups like this, but having already dealt hundreds of burn, it's not a big deal. Can't really imagine Anchor coming in. I'm just going to toss these. I know I'm not using them. That's why we've been holding friends. And because we won't see that option again for a long time, we're able to sell our friends now. Able to upgrade an Uzi or a drill doesn't seem super important. It's against nothing though, basically. I'll go Ayla, roll for Obsidian and chance and very minor upgrades. Nitrogen Hammer's a very cool card. Don't freeze though, not really for me. Yeah, okay, that's about how I expected Ayla to go. That's why I was trying to justify clicking on get an item instead, but I have so much gold that get an item's pretty terrible. I suppose there is scrap metal to upgrade the core. Fins is obviously good. I'm considering clicking relax instead, but I'm strong for the day, so I'm going to take the permanent benefit.
Our bodies are just containers for it.
It is a 3-win Mac, who has been winning slightly earlier than me. I feel pretty confident. Mac has bad defenses, no shields, but he can easily be cracked. Candles, Fireclaw, that's not looking that bad. He has Bonk, so got a lot stronger on the last day, but he's also 2 levels under me, so that probably is enough to counteract the Bonk difference. I think we're fine. Candles are very good, but he has like very little raw damage to break my defense for it, so I have the first several hundred damage. Yeah. Yeah. 4 and 3 coming out of day 7. I think that's perfectly acceptable for an income start, but because we lost a little bit later than you might expect to on an income start, we only have a maximum of 1 death left, and if we win on days 8, 9, and 10, which is very possible, then we could still end up dying on our 4th day, or our 4th loss rather, so that's unfortunate. I go Kina, primarily for fiber optics. I got the poison bug. I don't think I care. Let's go to Kina, see if we can't get some meaningful upgrades on this build. Alright, Blue Beetle is notably better than other bugs, opens up a lot of things. And I have the poison bug to make the loop. I think I have to float that one, unfortunately. Charcoal at Diamond. I've heard I'm underrating the little guy. He's certainly better than he was. And just look at 8 seconds. I'm like, yeah, you gotta be pretty good if you take 8 seconds to go off, though. I don't think I want to switch into that. I'm happy with where I am, trying to make a fast ignition core. I don't have a lot of friends. He's a lot of money. Like, I was hesitant to buy a Blue Beetle. Charcoal's a lot worse than Blue Beetle, right? Surely. Alright, Andy, what do you have for us? I don't think I care about Red Firefly or Yellow Mantis, right? I would just be running black, green, blue. And Red Firefly is replaced by the core. Yeah, we don't care about Red Mantis. Or sorry, we don't care about Red Firefly or Yellow Mantis. Speak of the devil. Bomb Squad at Silver is probably not good enough. It's a lot of haste, but I only have the 1 friend is the issue. And it slows down my Beetle anyway. I'm gonna pass on that. I don't think it's good enough.
Window shoppers.
Alright. Car Conductor can upgrade this to Diamond, but other than that, it's pretty useless. I think I'm just gonna go Wandering Shoal. I don't think Poppy Fields on Jack makes any sense. Like, cutting 3 items just doesn't feel possible. Maybe it was. Maybe, like, you go Poppy Field with Uzi, Metronome, Uzi, Drill. You have, what, 2 item slots left? I guess the core? It doesn't feel awful to go Poppy Field here, but it feels awful to, like, be side-rating into it, getting more vulnerable to crowd control, and losing experience for the 1 in 8 or whatever chance at it. Just add that to my jellyfish collection. See, that's interesting. Because up until now, I've been saying, like, oh, I'm an ignition core build. The point of the drill and all this other shit that's really fast is to make the core really fast. But also, fiery is the best possible enchant to put on a drill, and despite my aspirations to be an ignition core build, I am a drill build. And while I could get a faster drill by enchanting the Metronome, I think that's asinine, right? Like, you get 1 burn, a slightly faster drill, you lose 13 burn. Why would I do that? I'm gonna take 200 health here rather than go to JJ. I think I'm prone towards disregarding shops, or disregarding health events, rather, because they're pretty terrible in the early game, but they do end up being enough to stack up and matter a lot in the mid game.
The Bazaar.
Gamble experience, see if we ever hit 4. We never do.
It is their plaything.
This is all sellable. I think with the fiery drill, I will never run a battery now. It doesn't do status ailments, therefore I don't care. It is a 5-win Vanessa, but I've never been weak, and I'm certainly not weak now.
Go ahead, underestimate me. It makes this more fun.
Inexorable at 18%, not too bad. Volcanic Vents build? No, not really. What? He had holsters, that's what it was. Okay, I was like, why do you have so much starting haste? Jesus. I think we're okay. Being he's a predominantly burn build, I had defense grid. I have a level lead? I do have a level lead.
Defeat does not
Yeah, just crushed him anyway. Like, the start of combat haste your whole board is very scary to watch, and then I realized that this whole board doesn't really do anything. So the drill went off 8 times. So the drill went off 8 times and dealt more burn than the core, huh? I mean, the core is my fastest activating item, other than the hasted Uzi. The second Uzi might be cuttable. Like, this could become the bug chain. I don't know that it will. Not with a silver blue beetle, though. That needs to go up to at least gold tier. Because right now I'd be cutting the nitro for less status ailments, realistically. I'd also be cutting the Uzi for more status ailments, but then we're charging the core less. I think this is definitively worse right now. I need this blue beetle at a higher tier to justify it. Same with Black Spider, because that would charge the rest of the line quicker. Cinders versus Kina. I'm still pretty desperate for a fiber optics. I'd like to upgrade the bugs I have.
Punish the warful.
Diamond First Aiden. He finally showed up. Is he better than an Uzi? Probably not. I love me some Atomic Clock. Don't really have a way to fit into this build. First Aiden's just not better than Uzi, I think. Every time Uzi goes off, it charges the core, right? So it goes off twice as fast as First Aiden. Ignore the difference. That's because command ship. So in 6 uses, 12 seconds, it charges the core once. But in that time, First Aiden charges the core for half a use and generates 3 pieces of haste. This Uzi is out. I'm never running it. It is worse than a First Aiden. And we'll be on our way. Shield skills, weapon skills, Dooley skills. It's obviously not shield. I don't think it's weapon. Lifesteal on the drill is very, very good for my defenses, but it's also pretty unlikely. There's just enough good hits on Dooley skills, like that one. I am self-burning with an ignition core. Overclock me.
I wrote this widget just for you, Dooley.
So it's 4.6 base, and it immediately drops by another 10%. Non-weapon items. I think I just go JJ. Just like getting 1 non-weapon when I have 29 gold seems cynical. Go to the shop, take better odds, try to find something. Oh my. Yeah, I found something, alright. Can I hold that for 2 levels? Is that greedy? I would like to upgrade this to diamond so that I can use... I lose a guaranteed upgrade doing that, though. Because I'm going to sell this to take... I'm definitely buying that. Let's just get this out of the way right now. It's going to be a while till I hit... No, it's not. I'm hitting the next multiple now. Well, I have to sell stuff anyway. I'm definitely buying this. And we're just going to go to the next shops, sort out the rest of the day, figure out if we can do anything with this. It's only day 9. Level 11. Holy shit. We definitely beat weapons platform, though. No reason not to fight it. We won't Kina if we want anything from here, I think. Gold coolant's not bad. I'd be happy to float it. So, do I feel confident that my build is better? Yes. Yes, I do. It seems like the status ailment from First Aiden to help the drill get closer to infinite is very important. Seems good. Seems very good. Kinetic cannon did not fire. Despite the battery next to it. Wait, really? No, it fired once. Okay, I just didn't see it. It was just defense grid soaking most of the hit and Aiden healing what went through. I'm just gonna sell another guy. I have enough gold. Try to hold my friends as much as I can, but I'm in a weird spot here. I'm not gonna go to Midsworth. I'm gonna take the health here.
It's gonna make you unstoppable.
I'm gonna go for a mysterious event. There's no room for large items on this board. That one's not useful. Right, these are all irrelevant. Not the Enchanto, it won't really. 346 health for 25 region. If a fight goes for like 13 seconds, that's a benefit. Fights don't go for 13 seconds, man. They just don't. Going to sell the cog, pick up the ritual dagger. And as I didn't manage to level up today, I do have to continue thinking about it. I guess I was never getting to 13 today, which is the level I need, right? Not 12. So the idea is I sell this now, this goes to diamond, builds better, done. But instead of like getting the blue beetle upgrade and being stronger now, I can hold this until level 13, which should happen tomorrow. And we get the ignition core down a second. I think that's better. It's greedy, but I don't think it's that greedy. Like, I feel very strong for the day already. He doesn't have any crazy skills. He's playing combat core. I feel so comfortable. Heavy nanobots. I don't know. I just look at this. I'm like, it doesn't do anything, right? His bugs aren't that high tier. It's a combat core. It's a very slow item. It's not getting hasted because it's not a friend. Oh, combat core. You've got to stop leading new players astray like this. You need a buff so bad. It's scaled up to 235, 144. I know that it's only at silver and it's day 9, but like, oh my god, it did nothing. Combat core is in such a weak state right now. Well, that's good. I like that a lot. Alright, build's gonna be insane today then. Do I need to sell that now? Can I hold it for a second? I can hold it for a second. Let's go buy an enchanted item and go to the moon. Shielded yellow mantis, fiery plasma rifle, radiant light bulb. No, not those. Different items, please. Shiny thermal lance is certainly one of the items of all time. Wait a second. I don't think it's actually good. That's the crazy thing. And it's not like I want to buy this and transform it, because even if it comes something else, like there's no room for other medium items on my board. Because the idea would be like you use the Uzi, you put the haste on it, but it's just going to go off after getting hasted once for 30 burn. Then the second time it goes off, I guess, is what you would care about, right? I don't know. I don't think it's that hype. It's not bad. If I didn't have a fiery drill, I'd be looking at that pretty seriously. Anyway, I need to make room. I'll just do this now. With that and the cooldown reduction that's in effect, it's just unavoidable. So we don't have any like crazy cooldown reduction. We just sell the feather now. Bring this back in. And get a golden crypto for a huge influx of cash. I do not think the shiny thermal lance and gold, despite being an incredible card, is the card that I want. 12 regen versus small and medium versus temp boost. I'm gonna take 12 regen. I don't want a temp boost. Midsworth can't really improve my board that much, and I'm pretty broke at the minute. Very happy with the Void Colossus. We definitely beat that. And we needed to get a fight where we actually won today to reach level 13. Or sorry, a rightmost fight that we won. Because if we only got 2 experience, we wouldn't quite level up. Like this, we should pretty easily kill him. I don't know if we kill him before this goes off, or we just stack enough burn that it won't matter. We just stack. Oh no, it actually mattered. If we did not keep the drill alive, we might have lost. Surprised to see that, but yeah, my board's incredibly fast, so the Void Shield is doing a lot of burn and a lot of shield. If I lost the drill, we would have lost. That was up to RNG. But we win. We're fine. Oh my god. Okay, we go 10 wins on that. We upgraded an item. Dude, that is absolutely wild. Oh, it went to 38 immediately? Yeah, you can sell that then. We upgrade this to diamond. Lower the core's cooldown by a flat second. Jesus, it's been a while since I got to do this. Cores have not been a part of the late game for a very long time. 3.6 second cooldown on core. The drill does burn, haste, haste when I burn. So it's doing 6 of the 8 second cooldown. The rest of the board will handle everything else. Yeah, this seems good. I like where we're at.
Send me your huge items. Price? Don't
Can't really use Walter Cooler. That's not how the build works in PvE. Okay. I will do it again. I'm a crazy man. I'll do it again. We'll take it down to under 3 seconds on the core. We like that. Maybe I should have considered Gold Bomb Squad. I was busy being hype about how stupid getting the second scrap was. Oh, it's nice to see Ignition Core going the distance. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself, admittedly, but that's a diamond skill, I believe. Let's see what it is.
Put some pep in your step.
It's fine. You can do a lot worse than that for an hour. This is, like, genuinely going to affect most fights. No reason to sell anything, no reason to change positioning, everything's still right, build's still sick. He's at 7 wins, I'm at 6. Was he at like full prestige on 7 wins? He must have lost like days 1 and 2 and never lost again, right? Yeah, basically. He has a pretty strong poppy field. I don't know, is his build that good? How's he undefeated for like 7 straight days? I think it's fine. It's not bad. But, you know, when I hear undefeated poppy field, I expect a bit more than this. Like, he's definitely not a weak build, don't get me wrong. But I thought it would be worse. The Obsidian Thurible to, oh, I guess it doesn't matter that it's Obsidian because it was already a relic, right? But to make this a weapon to speed up the crow, like, that's pretty cool. And he has a fiery katana to make the Raven good as well. It's a very cool build. I just thought, like, undefeated poppy field after day 2, surely he's nuts. I guess I'm going to, with all my money, go to Tinker. I don't need to take any kind of bet. We can take low chances at Blue Beetle. Okay, I was thinking for a while now that, like, getting Blue Beetle to gold was the point where I switch out the bug line. Let's see if that's the case. We may as well roll to try to upgrade Green Wasp. Diamond Dualtron. Sorry, Dualtron. I don't want to. It's not even bad. That's the crazy part. I'm not going to. You can't make me. Like, it's very, very good. But I think my build is comparably good without buying a Diamond Idol. And there are better things I can do in the late game, like Fiber Optics. I want to make my build faster, not more explosive if it's allowed to live long enough. Well, that was a useless shot. You get a lot of those, though. No hard feelings, Quixel. Alright, we should be a lot stronger than we were a second ago. So I feel confident that we win, even if we get worst case RNG this time. I might be wrong about that, though. But the Blue Beetle's a lot more status ailment, a lot more drill. Oh no, it looks like it still resolves. But we don't get the, what, 1 in 8? Yeah, the 1 in 8 to lose again. Maybe we'd actually still kill it, because we would still be scaling a very fast Ignition Core, right? And editing, I'll check. I think I lost thrusters there, only went to 3.9 cooldowns, but this does update dynamically. Not all things do. Just sell to friends, I'm overthinking this. I do think that I should run the bug line. I think that fight was a little bit better, but it's not clear to me that it was. Anyway, diamond skills, what do we have? Yeah, charging the drill at start of combat doesn't seem like a big deal. I think I'm just happy to take a 2-second and 5-second freeze. That seems alright.
Impressive.
What toys could I get that I would care about? I don't have stuff like Hotspot, so a yo-yo is pretty solid right now. Wand isn't very good. It's a 6-second cooldown. I'm just gonna go Cinders, man. I think it's fine. I was hoping for more than Silver, admittedly. And our drill is our fastest, so we put it on the drill every time. If we get a Fiber Optics and the bugs back out, they probably are. Like, I can't cut any of this stuff on the left or my core. So if I got Fiber Optics... You know what? Maybe the core's cuttable. You just flip the bug line, put Nitro back in, put the Fiber Optics in to start charging the bug. I think the core actually is the cut if I find Fiber Optics. That makes me sad. I came here to play the core, damn it. I'm sorry, cool LEDs. You seem worse than a black spider with an ignition core this fast. I will take this to diamond. It seems likely it can come back in. DJ Robot definitely gets better, but I'm probably internal cooldown capped on haste already, right? Because when you burn haste, when you use the drill haste, charging the ignition core with such a low cooldown, I don't actually think any additional haste does anything. Legend Max, 7 wins, just like me, similar prestige. Let's see who's got the better build.
Why must we do this? Death laughs at us both.
Nothing too crazy in his skills by the look of it. A library is always something you hate to see. Shiny Incense, so being at silver is not as bad as it should be. I'm probably just dead. It looks like he's just going off before me because of the library. Yeah. I've just been completely gutted by slows and I can't outscale that damage. What can you do? Diamond Library just gives them so much startup time. It's such a busted item on Mac. Like, I'm in an Uzi build, and it's like, oh no, your Uzi has 4-second cooldown now as well. It's just so strong. I will take Languid Dunes, not even thinking about it. The Black Spider is suddenly unimportant, because now we're going to be triggering slows so often with Metronome that I don't think Black Spider is as good as it should be. It's still good. Like, I'm probably still running it right now. Oh, there is a different way to shape this up, though, because I could, instead of using the Uzi here, it's a lot more startup time, but once we start going, this being heavy makes the Green Wasp much faster, which is then in turn charging this faster. Rather than using the Uzi, I just use the Nitro. And thrusters needs to go on something. You want it to be on your least important item, because whatever you put it on is going to be your longest cooldown. Adjacency rules say it has to be Blue Beetle or Core, though. I'm inclined to think my least important item is Blue Beetle. Maybe it's Core. It's a difference of 0.6 seconds, basically, which is quite a lot. It's a smaller difference on the Core, which I think is charged more effectively anyway. So I'll put it on the Core for the time being. Ayla can't really help me, right? Neither can a small weapon. Let's roll for Obsidian.
But this leg. Oof.
There's also the teeny tiny... 5 seconds into combat, deal 40% of my health. Is that it? Like, it's not even bad. At Obsidian, this is tempting. But no, we're doing something else. We have no way to give it crit. Not doing it. You can't make me. Go to JJ, keep digging for fiber, keep digging for upgrades here. More force fields, huh? Not quite it. Okay. I thought I'd have to wait till level 16. Silly me. Its base cooldown is 4.2 seconds. Well, let's bring it down to 3.2, put the thrusters back in, and get down to a 3.1 second ignition core. Alternatively, we could be a 2.8 second ignition core. If I put this on it, what's the actual duration? Like, it's only getting charged on internal cooldown anyway. So I think the difference in 3.1 and 2.8 is pretty substantial, right? Or sorry, pretty insubstantial, because it's not hasted or anything. So it's going to be at 2.4 seconds and then charge to 2.8. So there's no difference in 2.4 charging to 2.8 or to 3.1. It's going off either way. So I think this is now just clearly the way the board should be arranged. And I'll be on my way. Sorry, Diamond Walter Core. I don't know how you're supposed to work here. Gold tier tool item. No thanks. Give me the loot. Give me the feathers. Yeah, I'll take cinders. That's still one of the best loots I can possibly get. I'm expecting nothing realistically. Feel incredibly strong. Kind of upset to be on death's door and having to go 3-0 on days 12, 13, and 14. But I do not think I'm weak. I have decent startup time, so I'm going off at 3.2 with a nitro. That's still not like crazy fast for 12, 13, and 14. Once we go off, like at the moment the nitro activates, we're insane. And the cooldown does go down to 2.8 actually. Right, because I'm getting an additional 10% cooldown reduction. Does that mean our 2.8 would go down low enough? I don't think it would. I think it would be a little bit too high. In my next PvE fight, provided I'm not dead and I have one, I'll test it the other way around to see what the cooldown goes down to. I've got the gold. I may as well roll for a shield enchanted bug. It's incredibly unlikely I find anything here, but the other two options did next to nothing.
Like my armor. I tried my
Temp boost, huh? Take the health. 7.3k health. Upgrade an item. Oh. I guess it's got to be Blue Beetle, right? Nothing else really makes sense. I could also upgrade the thrusters. I think it's got to be Blue Beetle, man. Just the additional freeze target's too important. I feel very, very strong, but I'm incredibly nervous on account of the fact I don't get to lose anymore.
My fight isn't with you.
That map build was cracked. He was so strong. Diamond Library just feels unbeatable when you're a weapon build on the other side of it. The boulder. I have to go off before him, otherwise I just die to boulder at some point. Oh my god, I see. Don't crit me, dude. I've got defense crit. I should just live it normal way. Oh, did we kill him before it goes off because of my random freeze target?
Got talent.
Alright, we don't have to roll the 1 in 4 to die. That's good. I don't like that. Oh, man. It's a very good build. It's not like counter matchup oriented. I stress when I see the boulder. Because you can't tell how good a boulder build is at first glance. You don't know, does it instantly kill you or does it play the game? Oh, man. Alright, Kina, fiber optics, please. Even the Vanessas have it these days.
Leave with big bargains.
That's not bad. That would cause Nitro to full board haste when it goes off. I'm not a core build. I'm really not. Like, I know I have a 3.1 second core and it seems really good.
Use that.
But I'm kind of just not actually a core build. My drill doesn't need to be leftmost. I could rearrange my board like this, cut the core, put in pyrocarbon. I'm gonna run pyrocarbon in our next fight and just see, like, does that seem insane? Because the full board haste means when when Nitro triggers, I'm just off forever. I never stop. And I don't want any of that. Obviously, losing overclock's value is really sad. Enchant an item with haste. Well, okay, we're back. It was a good joke, pyrocarbon, never mind. I actually think that this is still better positioning. I just hadn't realized that I could have Black Spider over here, and it's objectively better like this. But yeah, I think we just enchanted on with haste on the ignition core, and that gets us more haste procs. Oh, right, we're already haste capped because of Void Rage. Yeah, this was never used, so I can sell it right now. That was just a waste of gold, not that I needed it. So a haste enchant actually probably doesn't do anything. I think I put the haste on the nitro, with the argument being that that makes sure I trigger my power drill slightly faster. The other argument is you put it on the core, because that actually is the most triggers of haste and affects your board the most. I think because, like, nitro with haste is not that good, and this will actually build up a lot of haste on my board, this is better. Haste 1 out of 4 is just a lot better than the effect of getting out of nitro, especially considering cooldowns. Do I beat Frost Street Champion? Because obviously, like, Blizzard's really good with the power drill. I don't think I actually do. I'll go Baltaro and look for Assault Focus instead. That's fine. We still level up to 17 today. I'm just like nothing but fast auto activations, very little defenses. I think I'd get hit 4 times before I kill him, and the 4th hit would kill me.
You gotta be with the Gorgons.
Because, like, yeah, I killed that guy instantly. It seems really good. But I'm pretty sure that if I check recap here, yeah, it went off 11 times to do that. So that's at least 5.5 seconds of getting stalled by Blizzard. I'm just not a fan of attempting the Frost Street Champion with this sort of build. Grappling Hook is useless, but that's what you expect, really. As for our next hour, gonna go to JJ, keep looking for the mythical fiber optics. Sure, why not? Get it to diamond and it'll stop showing up at stores. That's technically better. Yeah, that's about right. Can I go on temp boost for health there? Was that temp boost I was even against? Not sure. I'm not gonna go gumballs. I'm gonna go to Andy, look for fiber optics. Well, finally showed up. Now the build's complicated again. Is it? Doesn't seem that complicated. Just put first aid in then. Put in the fiber optics.
Everyone, you got it here.
You can give the vehicle tag to a passive item so that your other items all get more cooldown reduction for command shift. That's actually awesome. I hadn't considered that. Oh, but then I have to rethink board positioning. Right. First aid's a bit of a problem here. There's a real argument that first aid is making my board worse, and I'd be better off with an empty slot, because I want the permanently hasted nitro next to my black spider to charge the line, but if I move this out of the way, it either becomes the target of fiber optics or the giver, both of which are bad. I think I have to do this and just put first aid in here, which I don't like, but I think it's what I gotta do. Sorry, Turbo Core, you're cool and all. Just, fiber optics seems better. 4.8 second cooldowns in the bugs, 3.2 on my startup time. I'm not convinced this is better. If I die with this board, I'm gonna be so sad. 3 skills, please. I know what I'm looking for. I was hoping for higher than silver tier, but I'm still taking it.
You've been slowing the Tower District traffic.
Alright, Naiwa and Vanessa, they're almost out. Let's see if they're as strong as they sound. They might have just fallen off, though. They could be a weapon build that couldn't close it out, in which case we're very favored. Toxic Slumbering Primordial. I'm horrified. What's the rest of the build? Incendiary rounds next to dive weights. That's pretty good. We have a lot of slow and a lot of freeze. I just need to live like the first hit, I think. I don't think you'll get a second one. Oh. Oh no, the beetle's better than I thought it was. I knew it would be a lot. I didn't think it would be effectively locking out boards. Question. My opponent must have activated something because I have burn and poison. They got off 3 uses of a jellyfish somehow. What? How's that possible? What? How's that possible? Are you sure? Yeah, recap was just bugged out. That just wasn't true. Okay, cool. I enjoy that sometimes you open recap and it just lies to you. Right now it's saying this went off 3 times, but it's a passive item that doesn't trigger. I've got no idea what this bug is. Oh, man. Yeah, just didn't get to play the game. Alright, seems good. Definitely probably beats the core in that situation. Definitely, probably. I'm so confident. Is the core just dead? Is there no way to bring it back? Oh! Wait, I can do this. Because the drill is so fast, it's going to charge the core insanely quickly. It'll be permanently hasted. I'll try that in the PvE fight. This looks weird as hell, but it's not clearly wrong. Like, it's just a big firefly, right? But it's not bad, right? Its cooldown is lower than Nitro. Being charged by the drill means it's going to be way faster than Nitro. It should be fast enough that, like, it's better for Black Spider. I'm not going to go chocolate bars. I'm going to take a chance at upgrade on drill or obsidian enchantments. Chocolate bars are so minor at this point in the game. Nitrogen hammer at diamond, though. There's no room for it. There's none. Absolutely none. Like, yes, it's obviously very good with Blue Beetle. The issue with nitrogen hammer is that I often find when I get to the point where I can actually put in a nitrogen hammer, I'm like, yeah, but where does it go? What's it cut for? And I'm not going to give up any part of this loop, so it has to go here. And I just have so much slower startup time if I do that. I can't do it. I just can't. I love nitrogen hammer. I've only won with it once, and I'd like to win with it on the channel, but I can't justify it.
You see land.
Curio's very good, though.
I see buried treasure.
This is the last day, and I don't care about holding weapons, so I can sell all of those.
That's been sitting
I'll take
there
pretty much everything, to be honest. I'm not very picky. No slow duration increase. Womp womp.
my rusty circuits to see that find all.
One thing I will have to think about, though, is where I'm going to put this wing.
Use everything.
I'll think about it later. Don't have to think about it now. What's our PvE fight? It's Lord Arkin. Cool. Unwavering would be very nice. It makes me much, much more durable. It's a not insubstantial amount of health. It halves pretty much all incoming burn damage forever. A gold thruster would be superior to a silver thruster in academic senses only, because the thruster doesn't matter what tier it's at. I don't need a second vehicle. The Eclipse is useless. I'm really only looking for Unwavering since gold has no value to me then. I'm just going to sell all these, all if they all target the correct thing already. Pick up the ring, be sad that it does nothing to save my life. Diamond tier loot item, please. Yeah, 12% crit, or sorry, 15% crit on my most important item. Not a problem. Very happy to take it. The game is not doing well. 1 second. Oh, it's even infected the main menu. It went away for some reason. My screen's very dark, though, and I can't click anything. I can't even leave. I'll be right back. So where was I? I'm hitting level 19 after I die. That's unfortunate. So I don't get to upgrade these to diamond unless Kina does it for me. I'll gamble on Kina.
No weapons? Leave with big
Sure. In case the next store sells me another scrap metal, I'm supposed to buy that. That's about what I expect. I would have liked to get that at diamond just because it's so funny. Oh, you gotta take it, right? Yeah, we go artist here.
Your favorite color.
And we put it on fiber optics because it's going to trigger every time drill goes off for more statuses. That's actually perfect. I wasn't really hopeful enough to imagine I could hit that. With toxic fiber optics, now it's triggering the blue beetle by being a poison item. Anyway, there's nothing I can do here. What are you actually at? You're at 3.188. Reducing the core's cooldown actually is the best thing I can do for charge reasons. Now it will be going off a little bit faster. Every 2 uses of the drill, it will actually trigger. Previously, it was unclear if it would be 3 or not. I think it would depend on cycle. Don't want to get into it. Okay. Duck cutes. 9 wins, dead, just like me. I'm very strong. My startup time is 2.7 seconds. Surely this does it, right? I feel so strong. I think I beat most people for the day. But there's like people with 1 second cooldown boulders, right? Like you don't want to hit that. Toxic powder keg. He does not have heated shells to my eyes. Oh. Really? Am I just getting killed by powder keg before my items go off? No. No, I'm not. I was very, very worried. That was a very fast powder keg. What exactly happened there? Because I don't see heated shells. He has hotspot. Is this 100 crit? Oh, he has hotspot. He uses obsidian double barrel to crit twice, triggering throwing knives roughly twice, triggering incendiary rounds 4 times and hotspot twice to get the powder keg to go off. But because it's only a gold powder keg, I live. Oh my god, that was stressful. Like, I felt so fine until I was like, oh wait, because Blizzard's going off, I'm not gonna get my defense grid up in time. But we don't quite die. Wait, how much damage did that deal? It definitely dealt 80%, look at your health. It's just his other items did nothing. We're okay. Oh, and he's also got Venomous Blade, so his weapons are directly charging it as well. Very janked together powder keg build. I'm glad to see he like managed to do it, because this is not what you expect when you see powder keg. It's very cool that he managed to get it to work this well. I do not like the Blizzard rig, that felt very unfair, but we managed to pull through. It's just an incredibly fast drill, right? every time I use the drill burns. Because it burns, then I trigger a haste off of Void Rage, the haste off of Metronome, the heavy off of Metronome, and the poison off of Fiber Optics. At an 8-second cooldown, the drill is more than self-triggering, so it starts going off pretty close to every 0.2 seconds, because that's a bunch of different status ailments. The slow, the haste, the poison, and the burn. Then the rest of my board is putting out a lot more burn, a lot more haste, a lot of slows, a bunch of freezes as well. This guy went off 27 times. Just full lockout from the beetle. Like, this is such a complete 180 as soon as my items activate. I don't do anything, I nearly die in one shot. He stops playing the game and dies instantly. Also of note, because I have Shatter and the beetle is this fast, at the end of combat, my drill is up to 320 damage. It's almost tripled in value pretty immediately. It's a very strong drill build. It is not quite start of combat though, so it is susceptible to some other nonsense, but we made it. I was pretty worried towards the end there. When I died on like day 11, I was like, oh no, we might actually not close it out. And we had some pretty close matches, but it managed to go the distance. I do really enjoy the thrusters, fiber optics, command ship interaction, where you're trying to put your thrusters on your least important item because it gives less cooldown reduction than command ship does. We only lived that because of Healthy Heart, didn't we? I'm pretty sure without Healthy Heart we lose that. Thanks, Hattie. I appreciate going 10 wins, buddy. I did not catch that, but yeah. Presumably went down to like almost exactly no health, then healed for 30% and cleansed half the poison. That was absolutely Hattie putting the run on his back. I think this is kind of exactly what you're looking for when you play a drill build. Like, obviously, the 2.7 second cooldown turbo core is a weird one. That's usually something else. But the idea does tend to be that in an ideal world, you will have a fiber optics charging a blue beetle with a bug line that terminates in your metronome. That's very hard to do because you need a lot of passive items or a lot of large pseudo bugs to make it happen. And in this case, I have 2 passive items in the biggest pseudo bug, the ignition core. But yeah, with drill, you always want to be using a fiber optics to charge a freeze item because freeze is the hardest status ailment to get and the most crippling one to apply to your opponent. A poison fiber optics on the beetle is by far the best way to do it. I'm shocked I got that. Just a lot of crazy things going on here. I wanted to play ignition core, but this is just like too much perfect setup for a drill. I really like the new tech of buying and holding thrusters to make skill benders better. I was expecting to mention that in like a dozen videos before it actually happened, not just like literally the next skill bender after I said it. I think this is the lowest cooldown core I've ever had, 2.7 seconds. And let's remember, I had a cold scrap in my inventory. We could have gone lower. It was possible to do more. Very silly. I like the build a lot. I think this is one of my favorite bug builds, even though it's like basically just drill bugs. There is a lot of weird spice here with the insanely fast turbo core being my, like, it's faster than first aided, man. This is basically an Uzi. It's so fast to get everything off the ground because it does burn, haste, slow at 2.7, so that's just the drill online in under 3. You can do better, you would like to do better, but this is the best I had. And as I wrap this up, I'll remind you, if you aren't subbed, you can sub for more Daily Bazaar content just like this. And if you haven't, please do leave a like on the video. It really does help the channel grow, help spread the video around the algorithm, and it means a lot to me. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.